Okay.
So, very good. I'll pinch you here at first. So once you big deep breath in, exhale. One more nice big deep breath in, and exhale real slow. That was it.
That was okay. That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be compared to other piercings.
Yeah, it's super quick, straightforward.
Great. Well, obviously with a master technician as well. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to shake your hand. It's
Nice to meet you.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my... That's the coolest thing ever.
So what can you show us that as a demonstration of what you can now do?
Here we go. This is the Link app. This is how I control everything. This is the app that they've uploaded onto my computer that lets me control the cursor. This is my devotional that I've been reading all the time, every day. And then this is me playing chess.
So wait a minute. You're moving the cursor. You're moving the cursor, Nolan, just by thinking about where you want it to go, or is it your eyes?
No, it's just me thinking about wherever I want it to go.
Oh, man. So
Yeah,
you're not
so-
even tracing it with your eyes. You're just looking at it.
Nope, I can move it and I can move the cursor around, whatever I would like to do. I don't have to be staring at it at all. I mean, it's amazing. There's not even words to describe. Yeah, there's not even words to describe how amazing this tech is.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Call Halo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakahat Radash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who were well for teaching the word in truth and sincerity. Salutations to the hopeful elect here in Babylon the Great and scattered abroad, to USA Shalom. According to scriptures, Esau is that man that is being spoke of in Job 9:24. If you go into Genesis chapter 25, 26, and 27, it give a clear indication of a clear description of who Esau is. In Rebekah's womb, there was two nations at war. There was two nations struggling in her womb. That is Esau, Edom, and the house of Jacob. According to Ecclesiastes 1:9, there is nothing new under the sun. So if there's nothing new under the sun, these two nations are still at war with each other today. That's your so-called white man and your so-called black man. Esau was given the blessing of the sword, the tiller of the ground. What man ruleth the earth with his sword? A modern day sword would be a gun. Who takes pleasure in hunting the wildlife just for sport? Esau. That's your so-called white man. If you look at Hebrews 12 and 16, Malachi 1, 2 through 4, and 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, this is the man whom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has a hatred and indignation forever. Revelation 17 and 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Revelation 17 and 5 in NLT. Mystery name was written on her forehead, Babylon the Great, the mother of all prostitutes and obscenities in the world, who has corrupted the world through his fornication, through his policies and procedures, who has slept with many nations, with backward deals, backsliding deals, backdoor deals. That's America, Babylon the Great, also known as the spirit of Sodom and Egypt, the second leg of the Roman Empire, The Greek is mixed in with that. All these different captivities, all these different nations that ruled in prior times are present today in Babylon the Great. If you look how wicked this place is, from all its dealings and just governmentally, societal wise, and trickle on down to the people. Everybody here, this whole place is just wicked. Starting with its leadership. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The beast is this system. That's this Roman Empire system. That's the second leg of, that's what America is, the second leg of the Roman Empire. That's the beast system. Your UN, your NATO, your EU, these systems is what, those culminations of systems creates this beast. The image of the beast is also wrapped up into that. Your NATO, your UN, and your EU, these nations are what makes up Babylon. That's what makes up America. That's what keeps America protected and makes policies throughout the world. That's the image. And to receive the mark that will be placed in your right hand, doesn't matter, it's your power hand, whichever hand, or in your forehead, that will be the new economic system. That's their new world order, to control the people, to control your whereabouts, control your goings and comings, and control how you spend and what you spend, if you can spend. So if you take the mark, you'll be able to have access to these things via a social credit score. So you'll have the chip and you'll be able to buy and sell, but there'll also be limits to it, to what you can actually purchase and how you can move based on your social credit score. Now, you don't take none of that. You don't take the beast. You don't take that mark. Then you'll be X'd out of society. You won't be able to buy nor sell. You won't have no social credit score. You won't be a functioning member of society. I like to read Revelation 14:10 in the NLT. Must drink the wine of power's anger. It has been poured full strength into power's cup of wrath, and they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angel, in the presence of the Lamb. When you talk about brimstone, that's what sulfur is. The smelling of sulfur, and that will happen in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb, and the Lamb is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Psalms 37:7. Rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him, who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. What's those wicked devices, and who's that man? Esau, Edom, and his new world order, which is that MOTB. that mark that you'll be putting in your hand or in your forehead, those are wicked devices that this man has created or will create. There's many devices that this man has created to oppress the poor, shit, to even oppress his own people. He don't care who he torments, who he doesn't care who it is. He wants total control over you. 2 Thessalonians 2, I'm going to read 3 through 10. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So when he implement that mark, and the nations get tired of dealing with him, they pretty much gonna get tired of dealing with Babylon. That's when WW3 gonna come about, and that's when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is gonna make his appearance. The son of perdition. That's Esau Edom. The word perdition is a Greek word. In the Strong's Concordance is G684. Apallah, Apolia. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Apolia. The meaning is destroy, utter destruction. This man is pure destruction, pure evil. Everything he touched, he destroyed. He's placed destruction on many places that he's tried to take control of. He put his military bases just about in every country. And he rules with an iron fist. If he don't get what he wants, he destroys. That's the son of perdition. That's Esau Edom. Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalts himself above all that is called power, or that is worship, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. That just goes back to what I was just saying about how this man wants to rule with an iron fist and put himself above all. Remember, verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that man be revealed, whom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. That's letting you know that if you follow this man, that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai gonna come. He gonna knock you down the same way he's gonna knock this man down. He's telling you basically, do not follow his way. Don't be enchanted by his power and his signs and his lying wonders. Don't be enchanted by the things he's showing you, because that's just the left hand of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai working. He controls good and evil. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai controls good and evil. So all these things that you see out here, the technology, the quote-unquote scientific miracles, all the things that they're able to do with technology, don't be enchanted by that. Don't be deceived by these things. Continue to study and pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to see you through these things, to see you through those tough times, because there's tough times coming. Rough times. It's called Jacob's trouble. That's Jeremiah 30:7. Those times are coming. And the only way you're going to make it through it, unless you bow down and take that chip, take that mark, the only way you're going to make it through it is relying on the scriptures, relying on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Revelation 13:16, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. That's just reiterating, don't take that thing. If you get caught up in that, if you take that, you're going to be messed up, man. You're going to be part of that. You're going to be part of those people that burn in that lake of fire. Because America is going to be taken down. Babylon will be destroyed through nuclear destruction, along with those chariots, the lasers from those chariots. Malachi 4:1 and verse 3. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts. Hosts meaning armies of angels. That it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes unto the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. That's another verse letting you know that this place is set up for destruction, man. This place is set to burn. This is the lake of fire that is spoken of in Revelation. This is that burning up that was just spoken in Malachi. You don't want to be part of that. But 2/3 of Israel is set up for slated for destruction. 2 parts shall go through the fire, and 1 part shall be delivered. So you have choices, but the Lord put that spirit on you to take that thing. You're going to take it. 2 Ezra 8, verse 50 through 63. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understanding thou for Salakia, but understanding thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, the city is builded, and rest is allowed, yet perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end it showed the treasures of immortality. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. This core, that was verse 55 of 2nd Esdras 8. that particular verse goes right along with Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So you don't want to ask how these people are going to perish. You already know how they're going to perish. It's been said that 2/3 of them, 2/3 of our people, plus the heathen nations that's here in Babylon, they're going to perish through that nuclear fire. When this place is turned into a lake of fire, these people are going to perish. 1/3 shall be left therein. Second Esdras 8 and 56. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness, and said in their heart that there is no God, there is no power, Salakia, yea, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore, in my judgment is my, Salakia, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not showed unto them, not showed unto all men, but unto thee, and a few like thee. Then answered I and said, Behold, O Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me. There is not no specific time that's going to be showed. You have to follow the prophecies. and how time is being moved. You will see it through the prophecies. So you have to prepare yourself for those times. The Lord will strike down this place. And those that have waited for him, those have tried to keep his laws, tried to perform the righteous acts, stayed in the scriptures, prayed, and not take that image, not take that mark. It says paradise is prepared for you if you're of the elect. If you're of that remnant, paradise is prepared for you. Habakkuk 3:6. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. Yahweh Shem Yahushua will take down these major nations, man. And the smaller nations will see it, and they're going to bow down to the true and living power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. I'm going to read that in the NLT. Revelation 9 and 20 in the NLT. And the beast was captured, and with him the false prophet who did mighty miracles on behalf of the beast, miracles that deceived all who had received the mark of the beast and who worshiped his statue. Both the beast and his false prophet were thrown alive into a fiery lake of burning sulfur. Those miracles, those range from as a wide range of things when you talk about those miracles, because people actually believe in this system. They believe they could prosper here. They believe in their technology. They believe in their pseudoscience. They believe in their false ways of quote-unquote religion. So when you look at those miracles, you can associate it with Revelation 18 and 23, the word sorcery. The word sorcery in that particular verse is Strong's 5:331, pharmakia, meaning pharmaceuticals. His medical and I guess you could say biotechnical miracles, like that neural link, where you place that thing in your head and it attaches to your neurons and you're able to link yourself with computers. So now a person who's a paraplegic sitting in a wheelchair and no movement, he can immerse himself into a computer and pretty much do the things that he would have been able to do on foot, but he could do it, and he could do it in the computer. Those miracles also extend to prosthetics, computer-based prosthetics, vision, helping the blind to see. These are the miracles that people are going to fall victim to. You're gonna start praising these things. You're gonna think that that this is some sort of utopia. That he's performing great miracles. But he only can do as much as Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows him to do. Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. That's what's going to happen, man. The Lord going to put that, it's going to put that out. He's going to put that light of wickedness out. Jeremiah 30, I'm going to read 6 and 13. Verse 6 and verse 13. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Those are going to be the times of Jacob's trouble. If you don't take that mark, you don't surrender to this beast system, it's gonna be hard times. And those that do take it, it's gonna be hard times. Because when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai returns, what you gonna do? What you gonna say? Where you gonna run during that nuclear fire? Those are going to be hard times. For people who take it, you're going to eat, you're going to live well, you're going to be happy for a moment. But all that shit is going to come to a screeching halt. And those that don't take it, yeah, you're going to go through hard times because you're going to be exiled out of society. Verse 13. There is none to plead thy case, that thou mayest be that thou may be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. That just goes back into what I was just saying. There's nothing that's going to be able to help you in those times, man. Except for those who didn't take the mark and put all their faith in Yahweh Shai. That he'll take care of you. That Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will take care of you in those days. And hopefully when those nuclear missiles and those chariots come, you'll be saved out of it. But those who actually take that mark, you can forget it, man. There's gonna be no way out of that. There's nothing that's gonna be able to help you in that time. Because you chose the side of the beast. You chose this beast system. You chose Babylon the Great. You chose their way over the way of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Jeremiah 30 verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Yo, man. Esau, Edom, and those heathen nations, man. Those that spoiled us, those that oppressed us, those that made mockery of us. Or I would say that 1/3 of Israel. They're going into captivity, man. Esau, Edom, and those heathen nations are going into captivity when Yahweh Shai gets back with a host of angels and those chariots. Psalm 2, 8 and 9. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Yeah, man. Those things are going to happen when Yahweh Shai comes back with those angels and those chariots to take this place out. Those heathen nations, man, they're going into captivity, man, leading with Esau. Esau gonna have it the worst, though. Psalms 149, 6 through 9. Let the high praises of power be in thy mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishment unto the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. I'll read that again. That's Psalms 149 and 9. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakahak Radash. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.